Did you see fucking Aaron Rodgers on fucking Rogan?
Bro, fucking Rodgers, Zuckerberg.
Alex,
It's been a week. He's had a wild
Alex
week.
Berenson, the guy who beat Twitter, like
Yeah.
his last 3 interviews have been fire. You know, so here you go.
Joe's lobbing grenades lately.
They didn't give a fuck. You want to play football? Take this fucking thing. And I want you to do it publicly so that I can get more money out of those other people that are thinking about it and they're on the fence.
Yeah, and then we're going to virtue signal to say, look how righteous our league is. We have...
Somebody said that Aaron Rodgers in this interview looked like a motivational coke dealer.
I saw that. That was very funny.
I was like, that is exactly what he looks like.
You know, all the people, too, that are like, is he smoking weed, man? It's like clearly a cigar. You're like, no, I'm sure Aaron Rodgers not asking for that fucking trouble right now.
No, yeah, you're right. I'm sure Cam Newton doesn't smoke weed.
95%.
I'm not saying they don't.
No, I know.
You know,
I know.
On camera.
That's my point, though. They all smoke weed, by the way.
Yeah.
But they're just looking for. I'm agree with you. Looking for any reason.
I bet you Joe was like, "Yo, you want to hit this blunt?" He's like, "Do you have any regular cigars?" And Joe was like, "Oh yeah, of course." Man. Yeah, I'll take one of these. I'll sip a little whiskey and have a cigar. I can't get suspended for that.
No, and then he's like, "Are we on air?" And Joe's like, "No." He goes, "You got any coke?" Because that'll be gone like in 3 days.
Yeah, man. I used to fuck Amber Heard. I learned how to do it on a napkin. Nobody will notice.
And then Joe goes, "No, man, sorry, I don't have any coke." Because that's okay. Of course, I have some. Do you want some? I just want to see.
No, I didn't even ask if you. I just was asking if you wanted some.
Well, Rogan's drug take a point. Okay, let's see.
Compliance.
Yes.
With the vaccine.
Compliance.
And if you don't, we're going to send a stooge to your team to show you graphs of your vaccination percentage of your team compared to the rest of the league, which actually happened.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the stooge like?
Oh, I mopped the floor with him.
Did you?
Yeah. See, again, that's why people are like, no one knew your vaccination status. You lied to your teammates. No. Day 3 of training camp, they sent this stooge in, and he showed these slides about what your vaccination percentage was in your team, where you compare to the rest of the league. And I started asking him questions about liability. Oh, I'm not a lawyer. Okay, cool. But you're in here talking about all these different things, and you don't talk about anybody's personal health issues. There's 0 exemptions. You took out religious exemptions. You took out PEG exemptions. You took out anybody's ability to have an opinion. I don't want to do this. Yeah. Well, it's not only going to affect your day-to-day status on the team, but your ability to get a job, your ability to keep a job, your ability to get a tryout if you get cut from this team, because you want to put a percentage above 90% of your team where you guys can have some sort of like special virtue. Like, look how amazing we are. We're above the 90%.
So this is a really good point. He was pointing out it's not because he goes more into it later, but it's not really about guys like him. He's Aaron Rodgers. He's going to play no matter what. He's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game, right? But what he's saying is the issue is now the team is cutting players that are good enough to be on there, but if they're unvaccinated, they want to hit that 90% vaccination rate for the team, right? So they'll just cut someone that's good, you know, that had potential only because he was unvaccinated, just to get the number up.
90% threshold,
right?
Here,
and then
they scared teams and said, if you had an outbreak caused by a non-vaccinated player, you not only forfeit that game if you had enough players out, but you wouldn't get paid for that week. And here I am showing up to training camp, Joe, the first day, and we got 5 people who work for the organization out with COVID, all fully vaxxed. And I got COVID from a fully vaxxed individual who only got vaxxed to keep his potential of being a part of the NFL.
Can I say this is a great point about something
Say player
here? If it's an unvaccinated player that causes an outbreak, you have to forfeit that game, and you had to you didn't get paid. No one got paid that for that week in the NFL and then your team. But if a vaccinated player caused a COVID outbreak, you did not have to forfeit the game, and you got paid for the week. What his point is, a vaccinated player gave him, an unvaccinated person, COVID, right?
Well, that's different. You're unvaccinated. That's why you got it.
Well, you see what I mean? It's like, but then if he, even though he wasn't the guy that started, if he in turn got somebody else, gave somebody else COVID that is vaccinated, then he has to. The whole
They'd
team
be
has to
calling him
forfeit.
the guy who ruined the Packers.
Exactly. Bro, they fucked this COVID thing up so hard.
It's coming out, man. It's weird how it's all coming out now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking super odd. Let me see, because I also had a couple more Rogan things, because like you mentioned before, Rogan's just been on a fucking tear with the interviews lately. And I thought this was interesting, because this is a complete change in stance for him.
No one who is alive today had ever experienced a true pandemic. And I'm hoping that now that this is over, people are going to, recognize that some serious errors were made and not repeat those. That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
Jesus. I mean, I don't know how serious he's being, but...
Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's have a little bit afterwards. Let's see. No, hold on. You want to know why he's serious? I want Mersh. I know exactly what's my concern. Okay, real quick. I want you to look at his face. Here, I'll full screen it. I just want you to look at the smirk.
That's the best you can get out of it.
So what do you tell those people?
Vote Republican.
Did you see the...
Yeah.
You saw the little...
The little eyebrow thing?
Okay. And Aaron Rodgers already votes Republican anyway. Oh my God, you're right. They're not gonna say they're joking. This is fucking.
That's what a lot of them are going to do anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, more than 1 million people transferred over to the Republican Party. I think in 2021 alone. Find out what that number is.
Jamie.
But you look at guys like Ron DeSantis, who kept Florida open and had some pretty reasonable policies in terms of like what to do about COVID, and he mapped it out on television. He was.
Are we getting him?
I'm worried.
Widely criticized for that.
No, are we going to get DeSantis on Joe Rogan?
I think you'll have DeSantis on, because DeSantis isn't Trump. DeSantis is not. He's Trump. He doesn't have the Trump baggage. Is put it to you that way, right?
I really feel like we might end up seeing that as we get close to the general.
This, where he was saying like,
you're right, because he's had Bernie on. You know what I mean? You'll have politicians on.
we need to protect our elders. We need to, make sure that medical care is available for those people, and everyone else. You should be able to do whatever you want to do. Protect your freedom.
Hey, Joe, I get it, but keep that shit in Austin. You hear me? I know how cool our governor is and everything, and we're the cool kids now and stuff. Whatever, I get it.
Stay in Austin.
We're done.
You have your little Tesla plant there. Just go stay there.
I mean, and listen, let me be honest with you. We have criticized Rogan, I think rightfully so, many times. That being said, I also like to think we're always pretty fair when he does something that's, honest. Like, I don't think Rogan, like a lot of people, I don't think Rogan is inherently evil, right? Like some other people. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I really do think that sometimes he's misguided. I do think that Rogan many times will kind of like, take whatever shape the person in the room is, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, but that happens. But I do think that you got to give the guy credit for having people on that nobody would have on. Like, just Alex Jones, like that alone to me is like, you had Alex Jones on after the Sandy, like he doesn't care,